Have you ever been in love?
I don't think so.
Do you want me to describe it to you? That's what love feels like.
Oh my god, it just started raining, but like, see, like these comments, like we need to talk about this. I called myself. I called Highlands Behavioral Health, another place in Colorado that can go stick it where the sun don't shine. I called them on myself, okay, because I was going through benzo withdrawal because the doctor that I saw didn't tell me what can happen to you on benzos if you just stop taking them. Anybody seeing a fucking pattern here? Highlands Behavioral Health, I called them on myself. They charged me $25,000 to stay there for a week. All they did was ask me if I was gonna unalive myself, feed me terrible food, and shove me right back out on the street. Oh, and treat me like a rat. Wake up, $25,000, ruined my credit. I mean, there was a lot that ruined my credit, but that didn't help. Took 10 years to pay off. Wake up, this system is... I'm taking a bath, but like... Let's talk about another part of this system that is so broken, okay? Let's talk about the fact that therapists, even mine, when I was going through that crazy thing recently, who I've been seeing for 5 years, is like a spiritual healer, all this stuff. Even she was like, do you think you need a 72-hour hold? When I started not sleeping again and stuff. I'm like, you can go yourself. Do you know what they do there? I got so mad at her. That's part of why I fired her. Therapists, the mental health liaisons, all these people who think that, like, they don't even know what happens to us when we go to the psych ward, when we go to the ER. If you're a therapist and you don't know you should go. Go put yourself on a 72-hour hold right the fuck now. I'm serious. Then come talk to me. Oh my god, the comments on this video, I can only read them like a few at a time because it makes me so mad. But it made me realize that I need to do like a whole series about rehabs too. Like the rehab that I went to, which is called the Raleigh House of Hope in Denver, Colorado. Sorry, Eric, I'm not sorry. It's owned by a man named Eric Clapp. When I got there, they told me that they had a whole detox unit. They have headhunters, by the way, recruiters for rehabs that are like used car salesmen that will tell you things that they have there that they don't. They told me they had a nurse, a detox unit, that somebody would be with me all night, that they would help me go to sleep. I hadn't slept in like 7 days. I got there, they had none of those things. I wasn't allowed to speak to anyone outside of the rehab for 7 days, and they Googled benzo withdrawal in front of me. They killed someone 2 years later from that exact thing, and I could have died as well. We all need to wake the F up. Part 3, so, oh my god, this is unlocking so many memories. I swear, like, most of my life, it just doesn't feel like it's real, you know what I mean? I'm like, did that actually happen? Anyways, no wonder I feel like 189 years old. Anyways, so they didn't let her have an abortion. They started, and like when I lived with that therapist later, she told me that that's what they did, like on purpose. Like they would do confrontational therapy, like purposely hurt us, and they made us like talk about it in group. Like tell her whether we thought she should have an abortion or not. That was so fucked up. I can't even say anything else. Like, this industry has to change. Oh my god, that was so fucked up. And she is not okay. Like, she's not okay, of course. Like, yeah, good job. And they took $90,000 from her parents. No joke. They paid out of pocket for that. Oh my god, these comments. That is so true, though. Holy shit. Okay, y'all. I just went to Lydia's office. First visit. It was such bullshit. They still are trying to run me around. Nobody will talk to me. Fuck these people, dude. Fuck these people. They were like, I was like, what are you gonna do? Just call the police on me? They're like, we don't want to. Nobody will talk to me. And they let me sit outside for 30 minutes. They said they would be right back. They were gonna call Andrea Turk. Nobody fucking did a thing. I had to sneak inside, cause a little bit of a scene. They said somebody would come speak to me. This lady calls me from next door that I just met. She was like, oh yeah, they were talking about me. I'm just an intake person. I can't do anything. I'll see you tomorrow, Lydia Appling, you
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret about ADHD. The hardest thing about it isn't constantly forgetting stuff that's important both to you or other people. It's not having your own personal interests become boring to you out of nowhere or being unable to sit through something you normally enjoy. It's not constantly getting up out of your seat to maladaptive daydream or zoning out in your chair for half an hour while still being vaguely aware of your surroundings or sometimes not. It's also not looking for answers and solutions to your problems on Google, only to be slammed with a barrage of articles all aimed at children or parents with children. Or just neurotypicals who had a long day at work. The feeling of paralysis that Google seems to have never heard of. The feeling of you being physically unable to break away from whatever it is you're doing and just get up to tend to the thing that's on your mind. Ear-splitting volume at which you scream yourself to get up or ask yourself why you're not. Frustration you feel when your brain just won't cooperate with you. The signal from the thought part of your brain just isn't making it over to the action side. Constantly asking yourself, how is that person able to think I'm thirsty so I'm going to the kitchen to get some water, and they can somehow immediately get up and go after what they want? And why aren't those two parts of my brain connected? And finally, it's the exhaustion of having to explain yourself to other people that it's just not that simple. Being unable to explain why we can't just follow your advice.
And unbelievable force and not wear body cams, and you guys drive Cadillacs, and you guys have tons of money, and you guys just take fines and fees and all this stuff from people. When I went to jail one time, I went one time overnight. I met people who have been stuck there for 3.5 years because they couldn't pay fines, James. Like, they had a traffic ticket, they got stuck in the system. I am a white lady who is privileged enough to have parents who can help her pay fines.
Privilege.
You know, you gotta realize the police are just one spoke of the criminal justice system.
I forgot I did that shit. That's so good, right? Good one I forgot about. Here's a cop from the Westminster Police Department admitting that they have no business in mental health, that they don't know what they're doing. That's what we're talking about here. They don't know what they're doing. And I'm asking them why they can use excessive force. Or that was right after this, but goddamn.
Yeah, can I ask you something then? Let me ask you something. So what you're telling me is that because the police, because mental health because society has become so out of control in the last 40 years, you guys can't control it. So now you have to use excessive force and unbelievable force and not wear body cams. And you guys drive Cadillacs, and you guys have my time to figure this out. Of course. I'm so glad. So if you're a patient representative, but you can't answer any of my question, what the hell is the point of this phone call? Like, seriously. So you send me a letter to try to shut me up, to hopefully shut me up and say that this is resolved. I have to spend more of my time calling you. This is disgusting. Like, you guys can respectfully go, fuck yourselves. Like, seriously. And I'm sorry to cuss, but, like, if you guys think that you are if you are working there because you care about people, you need a effing reality check, sis. You guys are disgusting. I will call your supervisor. I apologize for cussing. Yeah, I apologize for cussing. I love that you just run around, more circles, run around.
Oops. I lost it at the end. Whatever. If you're just gonna ignore me, I would appreciate to know. If you guys are just gonna ignore me and leave me outside all day, like, just tell me. You guys have already ignored me for a month and a half. Okay? I want to speak to someone. You guys don't get to do this. No, you're not. Then what are you doing? Okay, how about these apples that I just remembered? That's not how you say that. It still works, kind of. That same girl, I just remembered I got in so much trouble because they were denying me some sort of basic medical thing, and I lost my shit. They didn't go get her pads after they finally let her have an abortion. They wouldn't go get her pads, and she was bleeding through her pants. And I got in trouble for getting mad about it. I also just remembered a lot of illegal shit that happened, so. Like, if they think I'm gonna stay quiet about these stories now, oh my god. Y'all fucked with the wrong girl this time, baby. And I'm about to start a podcast. There's gonna be some sorry motherfuckers out there. And we're gonna take this industry down. One day at a time. Let's use an AA saying to take this whole effing industry down. One day at a time. Part 2 of the abortion stories is that, they made her, oh no, they did confrontational therapy at this rehab. I found out later because I lived with a therapist. I'm gonna have to come back for part 3. Oh my. Okay, listen though, listen. That's the schmott, not Yovid. You know what I'm saying? That comment, incredible. Love it. 5 out of 5. 10 stars. I just remembered, this whole thing is unlocking so many memories for me. That same rehab, Raleigh House of Hope, this girl there was pregnant when she came in with twins, okay? And they denied her an abortion. Told her she could have one before she came in, same thing. Told me that they knew how to detox people off benzos. They told her that they'd get her an abortion immediately. It went on for like a month and a half. She started like having horrific panic attacks. I mean, ooh, Eric Lapp, I'm about to you got me fucked up if you think I'm not gonna talk about this.
I need your help. I need you to share this video. My friend Michael Schimmahorn, who was 31 years old, was killed in the Department of Corrections in New York yesterday. He was at Washington facility. He sustained injuries because he was jumped, and then that prison treated his injuries. Looking at his jaw, they said, your jaw's all broken up, but we're gonna take you back to SAG, take some ibuprofen, you'll be fine. They then tried to tell him that he was just detoxing and that's why he was in so much pain. The day after that, he died because of his injuries. He shouldn't even have been there. He should have completed his sentence. It was a flat sentence. He should have been done in 2020. I tried to make this video 5 times. I am so sick and tired of prisons getting away with murder. If they just treated his injuries, he would still be alive. He was a healthy 31-year-old man. There's no reason why he should have died. But because they did not treat him, he is now dead. And now the prison is denying the family to come get the body so that they can do an autopsy. New York State has to be held responsible for this. Please share this video. Please share this video and help me. Michael, your family, myself, and the entire prison community is gonna fight for you.
To me the other night, but you guys can't remember that Elijah McClain happened in Denver, in Colorado. Come on, and you guys still don't have body cams after that. And now something very similar has happened. Can you imagine if I wasn't a rich white woman from middle class America? I'm not even a rich white woman by any means.
Ellie, they did have body cams on.
Oh, for Elijah McClain, but they got what, mysteriously knocked off of 3 officers that apparently couldn't hold a 22-year-old small man. Right, they got knocked off, mysteriously. You guys are a joke. An actual joke.
Ellie, I've got another call.
Oh, I'm sure you do, hon. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Thanks for calling. I hope you guys feel really good about yourselves. If you could do anything that you said you were going to do and call me back, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck, okay?
Oh, good luck to you, too.
I may not be able to dismantle the whole system right now, but I can warn people. I can warn people about what happens when you send your kids to those places. I can tell people that your child is not out of control because you are a bad parent or because they don't want to be good. It's because there is something wrong with their brain and it's not some chemical antidepressant bull. Okay, I can warn people that those systems do not help. I can tell people that the cops, if you call them on your child because they are acting out, probably because of trauma that from generations before, those cops are going to beat the shit out of your child. It's just going to go round and round and round. I am here to warn people. I'm here to raise awareness, and I'm here to make change. Nicole was molested there, you know, all that good stuff. And I've had a really, really hard life, okay? So I also have autism, ADHD, extremely neurodivergent. I had a brain scan done recently and yeah, found out my brain is a dysregulated mess, okay? I've also been working myself for like over a decade, okay? And that's the main thing I want to talk about on this channel is helping people avoid all the shit I went through because I didn't know what complex trauma and brain injury was. That's the main thing I want to help people with on this channel. But I also want to tell this story.
And the reason I'm calling you is because I've been directed by the bosses and by the city to give you a call and let you know that if you continue to call, we're not to receive any more calls from you after this. If we do, we're going to go ahead and pursue criminal or civil charges against you.
Yeah, that's
interesting. This is verbally over the phone, and so I'm calling to let you know. And that way...
When I do try to answer, it's just not productive. I know.
How is it not productive? I told you Lydia, it's been 8 days. I told you my side of the story because like that's the right thing to do is for you to listen to both sides. And now you can't answer a basic question like how Emily made the call. That's a basic like legal question. And the cops told me that I need to ask you.
So you need to answer, unless you can't because you're so scared legally. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
I would like to call you back so we can talk more.
That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. So what? So you guys can go like cover up what? So you can go what? Like, why can't you answer my questions? This is a basic legal question. Like, this is not okay. This is actually really, really not okay. Well, if you can't answer that question, why you guys were able to apprehend me,